The biggest sufferers of partition, people who lost everything, were people from Punjab, especially Sikhs and other minorities. Ma'am, during the partition time, lakhs of our brothers and sisters were forced to flee Pakistan, had to come to India. Even if they had land, other properties, business, everything was taken over. They were left with nothing, and they came to India. You might have heard and seen news reports and read news reports. Trains full of bodies were sent to India. Ma'am, during partition, still few members of the minority committee stayed back in Pakistan. If you look at the census figures I got from the data, during partition and round 47, 75% of the people of Pakistan belong to the majority community and 25% belong to all other minorities. Ma'am, today, after 72 years, less than 5% belong to minority communities in Pakistan. So where is the large number of people gone? Ma'am, majority of them were forced to convert into the majority religion because that was the only way left for them to live there. Ma'am, I can give you thousands and thousands of examples where people in Punjab, one person living in Punjab, India, is a Sikh. His cousin or his brother living in Pakistan is a Muslim. One of our MLAs, he's an MLA from a party, he's a Sikh, but his uncle in Pakistan is a Muslim. So they were all forced to convert. However, few people still maintain their identity, but they had to face lots of hardships. A lot of Sikhs, members of the Sikh community keep on visiting us during their visiting our Golden Temple, and we have opportunity of talking to them. A lot of our jathas go to Pakistan to go to our religious places. They have opportunity to talk to our brothers there. There is a sense of suffocation there. Ma'am, I can give you numerous examples. Thousands of cases come up in papers, in news, about Sikh girls being forcibly converted. Recently, about hardly 2-3 months back, a Sikh girl, Jagjit Kaur, from Nankana Sahib, a holiest Sikh shrine. Her father was a head priest of a Sikh shrine of Nankana Sahib. His daughter was kidnapped, forced to marry, member of the majority community, and forced to convert. We in our party here raised the voice. We met the Prime Minister, met the External Affairs Minister, did dharna in front of the Pakistan Embassy. Finally, Imran Khan, the Prime Minister, took action and she was returned back. There are cases of a Christian, Pakistani Christian girl, Rimsa Masih. She was put under the blasphemy case. Under the blasphemy case, it's a death sentence there. So, fortunately, she was able to escape to Canada. There's another case of Hindu girl of Rinkal Kumari. She was abducted by a ruling party lawmaker in Pakistan, forced to marry. She filed cases in courts. The Supreme Court there gave a verdict by Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhary. He dismissed the plea by saying anybody who gets into Islam cannot get out of it. That was the verdict by the Chief Justice there. So I can go to numerous examples. Similar is the case in Afghanistan. Ma'am, there were more than 200,000 to 300,000 Sikhs and other members of community living in Afghanistan. Very happy. They were controlling the business there. They were very well off. When Taliban came, they started persecuting them, harassing them. They were forced to flee. They were kidnapped. So during the last 20, 25, 30 years, at least 75,000 of them have come to India. They have been living here and without any citizenship. A lot of them have met us because Shiromani Akali Dal represents Punjabi community, and they came to us. We regularly for last 2 decades, 3 decades, we have been approaching the Home Ministry that poor people, they have left Afghanistan. They have come from Pakistan. They can't live here because they don't have any papers, no rights, and police and other administrations harasses them day after day, and they're living like citizens without being citizens. And the children are born, they can't do anything. They can't live here. And they give examples. People from Afghanistan, their Sikh brothers who have gone to America or gone to England or gone to Europe, within 2 months they've got citizenship. But in our country, we were not given citizenship. Ma'am, Shiromani Akali Dal has been regularly pursuing the case. And we are happy, finally, those people who spent 30 years of life here can see light in front of them. They can feel they are citizens of India. But at the same time, ma'am, I like to mention one thing. We must not forget, India is a secular country. We represent the whole nation, is one nation where every religion in the world is here. Ours is the land of gurus. Ours is the land of gurus. And Sikhism preaches secularism. Ma'am, our Guru, our 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, sacrificed his life for saving Hindu religion because they were being converted, so he sacrificed his life. Ma'am, another example I'll give you. Our 5th Guru, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, when he started construction of Golden Temple, he made a Muslim lay the foundation stone, Mian Mir, who laid the foundation stone. Every day in our das, when we go home in the morning, when we go to a prayer room, every das, in every Gurudwara is where you mention about Sarbat da Pala. Means we don't say Sikhan da Pala, ya Sada Pala. We said full Dunya da Pala hona chahiye. And when Guru Nanak Dev Ji, whose 550th birth anniversary we are celebrating, when he came out of Bain Nadi, he said, na koi Musliman, na koi Hindu, sare ek hai. Ekamkar means ek Rabb hai. That's the philosophy if we want to take this country together. Ma'am, my father has been 5-time Chief Minister. Our party has always believed in that every community, especially minorities, need to be protected. Ma'am, my father made sure when he was Chief Minister that every religious function of every community as a Chief Minister used to go and attend. And I'll give you an example, ma'am. You might have heard of riots in other parts of the country, in other states, but in Punjab till date, you'll never hear of a communal riot in Punjab. Even during the worst phases of Punjab, where the terrorism was there, still everyone lived like brothers and sisters. So my only request, sir, we have to preserve our secular status. I know this bill affects minority community. It does not affect that much the majority community where we are in Pakistan, which we are talking about. I don't want to take names of religions here, ma'am, but I just want to request, why don't we add the name of Muslims? Why? Wait. Even though, ma'am, there are cases of Muslims being persecuted within their religion. I will give you example of Ahmadiyya community in Punjab, where Qadian is the headquarters of Ahmadiyya community all over the world. They are the minority Muslims in Pakistan. They can't hold namaz there. Their hands are cut. They are treated like secondary citizens. And the community, all the communities, they take permission. Like we go to Nankana Sahib, They come from Pakistan to Qadian on a regular basis. And so these people, so we should look at it. Anyway, this bill is based on religious persecution, religious persecution. Ma'am, religious persecution, even if you put a Muslims, you'll never get a case of religious persecution especially from these countries anywhere. And anyway, you're having a committee which is going to examine each and every case individually. So if you're examining each and every case individually, you will not get any cases from the community. At the same time, we'll be able to shut them up, but they are putting false propaganda around the country that NDA is communal, NDA is this. So they will, because for them, they're just looking at one word and they're trying to fight it. And if we insert that word, I think it'll send a good message among everyone, and at the same time, it'll hold the secular credentials. I once again stand here in support of the bill, because this bill is going to give justice to the people of the Sikh community. This bill is going to protect the people, and this is a bill Shromani Akali Dal has been fighting for last 30 years. Thank you very much.